Hello everyone, it is Sunday night, and on Wednesday I said I would do a video, grading video, and unfortunately this is not a grading video, this is more of a grading rant. Things that I'm just kind of, last couple of days I've been looking for stuff on eBay, really scouring the internet. As you know, I am expanding my shop space, and I'm trying to get as many high condition Bronze Age books, mostly Silver Age books, that I can. And then when the new space opens up, I can just say, bam, here we go, pop, more books. I have a bunch of books to put in there, but I was just looking for some extra, stock to put up there, just to, book comes off the wall, brand new one gets put up, and people say, wow, look at that great book that just went up on the wall. So I've been spending a lot of time the last week and a half or so really looking for some books, and I found a couple of dealers that I've been dealing with that I'm pretty happy with. I'll show you some books I picked up in the last couple of days that I've recently graded and placed in Mylar, and that's what this is about. I look at videos just like everybody else does. I make videos, I watch videos, and I watch people's ideas and their, how they store books and how they store their comics and their take on, grading or the industry or the direction that it's going. So I enjoy that. I'm a fan just like everybody else, just like you. And again, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Not that, I do the greatest videos in the world, but, I think I do pretty well, and I appreciate all the people who subscribe and watch. So looking on eBay the last few days, especially the last couple of days, I've really been hitting it real hard trying to find older books. And like I said, high grade. My specialty is higher grade books at a good price. I'm not trying to gouge people here. I want people to walk into my place and say, wow, look at these books on the wall, they're fantastic. I think I have some of the nicest books in town here in Las Vegas for sale. And that's, Arkham Comics and Collectibles inside the Bonanza Indoor Swap Meet. And I love when people call me and say, oh, you're in a swap meet. I'll come look at you anyway since I drove over here. Then they say, wow, look at the stuff you have. I have nice stuff, guys. Believe me, I have good stuff. Just because I'm in a swap meet, don't knock me down. So looking for things, again, I've been fortunate to find a couple of sellers that have the same grading standards as I do. We've been able to work out some deals. So I'll show you a couple books that I picked up in the last couple of days. Again, there's going to be some glare. The light is sitting right up here above, and I put my stuff in Mylar, so that's a deadly combination, light and Mylar. So the first book I picked up, 1972 Witching Hour, number 21. I absolutely love that book. Love, love, love this book. I love this cover. It's a really nice book. I graded this book a fine, very fine. It's got a little nick here. I don't know if you probably won't going to be able to see it, but there's like a little ding right there, and then a little soft corner there. Other than that, this book is really, really nice. It's in great condition. It still has good eye appeal. It's complete, really nice. Fine, very fine, 7.0. There are people that would grade it a lot higher than that. Next book I picked up here, House of Mystery. Absolutely love the covers on House of Mystery. I gave this a fine plus on this. There's a little bit of, issue again. Sorry for the glare. Can't really see it. But there's the House of Mystery. Absolutely love it. Gave this a fine plus. A couple little spine things, but nothing fantastic. The spine issues, the issues with this book on the cover does not take away from the eye appeal. I mean, this book looks fantastic. You can look at it and see that it's a beautiful book. Great color, fantastic. Real nice Neil Adams cover art, or excuse me, Neil Adams art inside the book. This is Secrets of Sinister House. This is number 10. Again, a really nice book in really nice condition. I gave this a fine plus. It could probably be graded higher, but I gave it a fine plus because I felt that's what it deserved. People look at these books and they're like, wow, you really undergrade your books. I grade the books what I think they're graded at. I base prices based off of what I think they're at, looking at scans and dealing with people. And I'm happy with that. I wish other people do that, and I'll get to that in a second after I show you the next couple books. These are some really difficult books to find in really good condition because these are not like a regular comic book. These are the square backs, the thicker books. This is The Brave and the Bold, number 113, which is a 100-page giant, 60 cents. I believe this is from 74, yes, 1974. And you can see this book is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the color on that book. And you can see the square on it. It's absolutely fantastic. Little tiny bit of rippling there in the center, but other than that, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Beautiful color. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the cover of this book. I gave this a very fine plus because of that little bit of rippling. Other than that, this is a gorgeous book. It would grade probably higher, but I think that's a fair price on that book. The next book I got, King Size Special Amazing Spider-Man, 64 pages, 1971. Again, another beautiful book, as you can see. And again, you can see the whole thing on there because there's no roll on that spine. There was no roll on that square back. The issue with this book, and the only issue on this cover, is in the upper right corner here, is a small tear that is so minute you don't even see it. But it's there, and I know it's there. So I gave this a very fine plus because, believe it or not, you can have a high-grade book with a small spine split. This is a spine split is what it is. Thick books like this, they glued and stapled on the inside. They glued the cover on the outside, stapled on the inside. This happens. It happens. But it's not drastic, and it certainly doesn't. I mean, if you think it takes away from the eye appeal of that book, look at the yellows and the reds in that book, 1971. This book is, this book is 45 years old and looks fantastic. I've seen Diamond Ship books that look worse than this, and the new stuff now. So again, I got the Brave and the Bold, the Beautiful, the Sinister House, House of Mystery, and the Witching Hour. I got a lot of other books from this individual. We worked a good deal. I'm happy with them. But here comes my complaint, and here comes my smash, is, if you don't believe me, there's a person who's selling online right now, and he has a House of Secrets number 125, and his heading says, House of Secrets 125, strict, very fine near mint, 9.0 high grade. Okay, so I clicked on it to take a look. First thing I see on his high resolution picture are the 10 color breaks on the spine. Not little nicks. Breaks. And he has strict. He's strict on his price. Because in his mind, that's a 9.0. This is a person who has close to 10,000 feedback on eBay. So I looked at other books he has in there, and he has strict on a bunch of other ones, strict. And so, if on a picture I can see 5, 6, 7 things wrong with your grading, you're not grading right. As a buyer, some people that doesn't bother. Some people, unfortunately, there are people in this industry that are doing this to flip books real quickly. I buy and sell, but I'm not trying to flip real quick. And I'm certainly not buying anything that just comes up because I want a certain quality of book on my older books. Most of the stuff in my shop, late silver, early bronze, high grade, happy. I'm good with that. But it's becoming more and more difficult, at least here in Las Vegas. I have to go out now and go on road trips and go on eBay and look for those good dealers across the country and do a rapport back and forth, trying to find good high condition books, because I'm not going to be the shop that has the crappy books. But if a person who's selling these books doesn't understand the grading process, it makes it more difficult for people to buy books. Do yourself a favor and look at things, okay? There are 2 companies that sell tons of books, and their grading is some of the worst grading out there. And that is Nucadia, online sellers, Nucadia, terrible grading, and Mile High. Terrible grading. Guy has something online saying this was graded by Mile High as a very fine plus. And you look at the picture and you can see the crease down the side. And just the terrible condition of these books. Look, you're going to sell books. You're going to put yourself out there and say that we have a reputation of selling high-grade books, and sell high-grade books. Don't sell garbage to people because they'll buy it and sell it off as high-grade. Because people like me, who know what they're doing and know the difference, and people like you who watch these videos who undoubtedly know what they're doing, are tired of snake oil salesmen messing up this industry. Flippers people who are just buying and selling and getting graded books to, I'm buying a book for 50 bucks and I want to sell it for 6,000 because I got it graded by one of these crappy grading companies, CGC, who's grading. I have books in my shop graded by CGC that they have them as 8.5s and 9s that I wouldn't give them a 5.5, 6. But they're graded by CGC, so people buy them. Kills the industry. Everything I have, I like raw books. You want to come buy a book from me? I guarantee you, one of the best things that I can do when people come to my shop, I've been selling books now for almost 1.5 years out of this place. I have never, ever had anybody buy a book, question the condition, or complain about it after the fact, after they bought it. You want to know why? My grades are fair. I love when people come in and say, you know what? You're spot on with your grades. Hey, you know what? You are the best grader in Las Vegas, because I go to these other shops and no one grades like you. You knock it out of the park. Thank you. Because I take my time and I'm honest with my grades. I'm not just going to do something just to do it. Okay? I will come up in the next couple of days and do another video on how I grade books. This was more of a rant of people that I'm just tired of seeing grade crappily and then try to sell it off as a high grade book, because it's embarrassing for them as sellers. And I feel sorry for the people who don't know anything that are buying these books thinking that they're buying a high grade book for 50 bucks. When they get it, it's a low grade book and it's not even half the price because they got ripped off by an unscrupulous seller. So in a couple of days, I'll do a video. If you have any questions or you want me to touch bases on something or you have my opinion on how to grade things, let me know. I'll be more than happy to tell you. Okay, I'll give all that information is free. I want everybody to be happy with their grading and enjoy their collections. Okay, again, more of a rant than anything else. And I hope you enjoyed the video. But if you didn't, as always, nothing I can do for you. Have a great night.